Exclamation everybody and welcome to Sundered. It is a Metroidvania by Thunder Lotus Games. It's currently $19.99 US on GOG. It is fully released. And if you are familiar with, say, Dead Cells, which is an early access game that's also a Metroidvania, a Roguevania as they're calling it, this will remind you a little bit of that. At least it reminds me a little bit of that. But I will say right at the top here, Dead Cells in its early access form is far superior than this game is in its fully released form. And you'll see why as we go through here. Artwork and music's beautiful in this, but the gameplay is lackluster. So let's get in. You can see I've played for about 39 minutes here, but I'm going to start brand new for you guys so you can see what it looks like from the beginning. And I'm going to do it in normal mode. And yes, I want to play on this difficulty. Alright, we must move forward. I'm also playing with the controller. I don't believe you can play this with the mouse and keyboard. At least it didn't seem like it was really allowing me to do that. So the controller is, a game like this, a Metroidvania like this, you're going to want to use a controller for anyway, because it seems to be a lot smoother that way. I have to mention though, it's all hand-drawn art, and it's beautiful once we get through the sandstorm anyway, when you can see it a little bit better. And like I said, and the music is also really good. It's just I wish the gameplay kind of matched it. Alright. Walking up to the Obelisk of Doom, or something very similar to that. And getting killed and and sucked into the earth. Resist or embrace. Okay, and here we are in the world of Sundered. Like I said, quite beautiful, eh? Quite beautiful. This is the like little mini tutorial here. Nothing. Oops. Nothing to really write home about. It's just you gotta not hit the vines and stuff. All right, teaching how to wall jump and things. Jump over things that will hurt you. And then, oops, okay. Do your wall jumps, memory. Do your wall jumps. Don't get ahead of yourself. Here we go. Press A and D-pad down to jump through platforms. And you can hold it down and it will continue to fall through platforms. There's no fall damage from what I can tell, so that's always a good thing. Oh, B to dodge enemies. I forgot they haven't unlocked my ability to actually hit anything yet. Left shoulder uses the health elixir. So it's left bumper on my Xbox controller. And move up here and try to avoid getting hits and all those things. Alright, that gave me a little health elixir, that red thing I picked up. You only get one. At least for now, and then you get an upgrade as you go. Hello, Esh. How interesting that a human like you should find herself in such a place. This is my home, or well, what remains of it. Surely you weren't taken here for nothing. I was taken here for nothing, and don't call me Shirley. I can sense a dark purpose in your future. But fear not, for I, the shining trapezohedron, shall be the weapon that leads you to freedom. I shall lend you my powers, so that you can fight in this place. Simply listen to me and do as I say. I am not creepy in the slightest. Also, your eyes are glowing. Alright, press X to attack. And that is how that works. And now we're in the main, this is the main sanctuary. And nothing, there's doors on either side, but you can't go through them yet. So we will go down into the area. Overwhelmed, use the cannon. I have no idea what they mean by use the cannon. I've been playing for over half an hour and I have no idea what the cannon is. No clue. They've not mentioned how to use said cannon. However, the loading screens are rather lengthy. I believe it's procedurally generated. I think there's like tile sets that it generates. I'm not sure though, because I really can't explain to you why there's such a long loading time. The only way I could describe that is if it was like something was being procedurally generated, but I couldn't tell you what, since it's all hand drawn. I don't know if it's just tile sets that they're doing, you know, like it's a partial procedural generation. I have no idea. None whatsoever. But this is what happens. Alright, hold left trigger to open the map. There's our map. Boss, mini boss, ability shrine, so all the keys there. Alright, so this is definitely... Is this definitely different from what I saw? No, I think this is about the same. So it's probably not procedurally generated, at least not this part anyway. So I don't know why it takes so long to load things. And from this point on, it's just basically just, oops, find your way around. Oh yeah, this is slightly different. I don't remember this gate being here like this. So it is slightly different. It looks like it's procedurally generating certain tile sets. And that doesn't do anything for me. So, occasionally what happens is you get attacked by these things. And they gang up on you. And there's no rhyme or reason as to why. Like, it's not like you walk around and you see enemies. What'll happen is... What happens is that you'll just be kind of, you know, every so often, it's like it's on a timer almost. Every so often, like, these guys will just show up. And they'll show up in a wave, and then you just defeat the wave, and then that's it. Then you get a lot of downtime again. And I don't know why. It seems like it's just on some sort of boss timer or enemy timer that just keeps sending them. You'll see what I mean in a minute here. Because now, see, as I'm attacking these guys, now all of a sudden there's like 20 of them coming after me. And then it'll go quiet for a little while, and then it'll happen again. And it's always the same enemies, too. It's not like there hasn't been any difference in enemies here. Now, this is definitely the same tile as before, because I remember this jump. So, yeah. I don't really know here. I don't really know. And we're collecting these little yellow orbs, which are used to buy abilities back at the sanctuary. So you end up back at the sanctuary either when you die, or you can go back there at any time through the menu. Okay. Again, there was no reason why those guys were there. It's like these guys just spawn out of nowhere. Like, you don't even sort of... It's not like you're running across enemies. They just kind of spawn randomly. In honor of Shala Backdoor, the Escutcheon Mother. Escutcheon Mother? I probably mispronounced that. I guess that's the creepy alien-headed baby mother thing there. And you'll come upon lots of locked doors. That's what I've seen here. Hold A after jumping down the platform to go through others. There we go. Yeah, lots of locked doors. And opening them is not obvious. Like, it took me a while. Like, I saw a door around here at some point that had power. And I was like, I don't know how to open this. And I found out just by accident that you have to actually hit the mechanism near the door in order to do it. And same with this here. Like, I was like, alright, what do I do? Do I just stand here and just do this? It's like, use these shrines to gain more power. They will suffice for the time being. Return with an Elder Shard, and I will show you a true power. Alright, so you're standing here, you're like, well, what do I do? And it turns out everything, you just hit everything. And that gives you the power. It's the same with the doors. You find a closed door, you have to hit it, and then that will unlock it. If it's got power, which most of these doors don't have power. So that gives me a deflecting shield. The Valkyries had some redeeming qualities. Okay, so that gives me a little shield. So you see the little bar underneath my health there. So I can take some hits from the shield before I take health damage. And here's one of the doors I was talking about. This one has power, but you're like, well, how do I get through it and why isn't it letting me through? Well, you gotta hit this little thing here that doesn't look like anything at all. And how suddenly it will open for you. Right? It's like, how you would know that that's the way to open the door, I don't know. It doesn't make really a whole lick of sense, but there you go. That's what you gotta do. The game doesn't really describe anything beyond the very basic of controls, and everything is set to X pretty much. And then this level here, I have no idea how you're supposed to get into A2, because I have not been able to do it as yet. So it becomes an exercise in trying to figure out what is actually open, something you can actually get to. Alright, these guys are all... Let's do a little flippy flip here. Right, now the one thing to note is that when you're doing your dodge roll, you are invulnerable. In fact, the game tells you this to reinforce it. You are invulnerable when you do your dodge rolls. So it behooves you to do them when there's lots of enemies around. So there, I had just a wave of enemies. Oh, and some more have just spawned. And it's, like I said, it's very random when these guys spawn. Like, there's seemingly no rhyme or reason to when it happens. They just show up, and then they show up in a wave, and then you think you're done with them, and then they show up again a little bit, and then you're done with them suddenly. Everything's quiet again. And that's probably the hardest part to get used to in this game, is because it's not really... You know, I thought maybe it was the game telling me that I'm standing still too long, but it's not really that either, from what I can tell. It just makes very little sense of all that, and it makes the game feel, well, not only empty but bland. You know what I mean? It's not like a Hollow Knight where everywhere you go, you can see the enemies and you can see what's going to come for you, and you could kind of plan for it. This one's like, no, we're just going to randomly spawn the same enemies over and over and over again, and we're not going to give you a chance to even prepare for it. We're just going to suddenly be there. Take some health damage there. Is what it is. Alright, come here. Come here, you bastards. Stop moving around. Okay, what else do we have around here? Anything of interest? Got more enemies spawning. Let's do a little health improvements, shall we? And I'm not the only one who... You might think, oh, well, it's kind of a weird thing to complain about. Having enemies that don't make a whole lot of sense and just show up out of nowhere, but... I looked at some of the reviews on the game. User reviews. And I'm not the only one to think that way. There's a lot of people mentioning that. It's just kind of weird how this sort of has these enemies are just kind of out of place and don't make a whole lot of sense and don't necessarily make the game difficult. They just kind of, they make it so that it's just almost a boring grind. Like I can sit here and sort of grind them a little bit, I guess. But it seems to make no difference, honestly. Let's see, where are we headed here? That was a bad thing to land on. So I can get over that. Nope. Can't quite jump far enough. And now what? Have I already been here? Here's the other problem. It feels like I've already been in this place even though I haven't been. I don't know when I'm... Oops. I don't know when I'm going back in circles and when I'm not. Because after a while, things start to all look very similar. Alright, let's zoom around here. Okay, this seems like a place. I don't know if I'm progressing or not progressing. Like there hasn't been a whole lot of opportunity to really. There hasn't been a whole lot of landmarks or anything. I mean, again, it's kind of like it's a lot like most of the Metroidvania games out there now, where it's just you kind of go at your own pace, do whatever you want, go wherever you want, and then eventually you'll find your way in the world. But this one is particularly devoid of direction. Like it's very, like I feel almost scatterbrained a little bit. Like I don't know where I'm supposed to go next or what the point would be to going this one way, or if I have to find my way back, good luck, because everything looks identical. Okay, and land, if you will. Looks like you landed down there. Alright, land there, and I don't know what, when the wave ends versus, oh, okay, we're getting hit from below, which is wholly not fair. Yeah, I don't know when the wave is programmed to end. Do the waves just get progressively longer? Are they always the same size? Like it's just kind of a weird way of doing it. It's almost like taking an old school RPG where you had like random encounters and putting them into a Metroidvania, which is a very weird combination, honestly. I would never think to put random encounters into a Metroidvania, but that's what this feels like. I have never been in this A2 area, so this will be interesting to see. See what I can do here. Open some doors, maybe. Make it a little less red. I don't know. Oh, this is some kind of, corrupted treasure. I don't know what exactly that means, but go. Let's get out of the way of that. Oh, okay. Not enough energy. So you do have stamina. Oh, ow. That hurts. That hurts a lot. Let's not get hit by things, shall we? Alright, let's use our our health elixir. Just for my own benefits, my own edification. And anybody else? Oh, yep. One more. It's like facing Day of the Tentacle. It kind of reminds me of that, like the tentacle guys from Day of the Tentacle. Alright, here's one of these doors that we can open now. That's good. So we can always get back up there if we need to, for whatever reason. I want to continue further down. What do we got down here? Oh, we got another corrupted treasure thing. How would you get to that? That is surrounded by pipes. Is that pipe from that side? Allow me in? No, like how would you get to that? So there must be procedural generation going on there with those things, because there's no way to get down to that. Yeah, like seriously, it generated down in an area that you can't get to. This is a fully released game, I'll remind you guys. You would think they would have fixed something like that before releasing it. Unless I have some ability later on that lets me travel through pipes. We'll call it the Super Mario ability. So it's just a lot of mashing X, if you're wondering. If you're wondering what the gameplay is like, that pretty much sums it up. Just mash X a whole lot. And hit B occasionally to dodge roll. And be invulnerable. And then eventually the wave stops. Okay, and we have gone full circle because this looks very familiar. So let's see if I can get through this. Oh, our health elixirs are full. Let's take that then. Excellent. And did I... Yeah, I've been through there. So I guess there's nothing else to do here except go back to where we were? Question mark? Set these up. Get a little bit out of there. Oh, we've alerted some fools to our presence. And that's that. So it's a whole lot of nothing punctuated by a whole lot of X pressing. And then a whole lot of, alright, now where to? It's more like a whole lot of, are we there yet? Because, yeah, that's what this feels like. Well, my finger's getting a workout. There's that. But yeah, unfortunate. It's has a good pedigree. It just is not really doing it for me. Because I saw this on the store and I was like, well, this looks a lot like Dead Cells, and I like Dead Cells a lot. But this, my friends, is not. This is a poor substitute if you're looking for a Dead Cells experience. Let's get some health back there, thank you. Okay, alright. That's not cheaty in the least. Oh, that hurts. That hurts a lot. A lot of damage, taking lots and lots of damage here. Okay, we have almost no health left. So I need a health elixir of some sort. Or maybe that will give me something. Can I get up there? Like, I don't know how to double jump in such a way to get up to that thing. Like, there's another one that's like unreachable. Like, is there a certain way that I can double jump to get up there? Ugh. Oh, that's so depressing. Can I not? I can't make it up there to do anything. Ugh. I hate it. Alright. So we will not get to see whatever that is that would help us, whether it help us or not. Here's yet another door that we can open and get back to the area that we were in before. The presumably A1 area. Makeshift roads. So, let's go and return to Sanctuary. Since we have almost no health left. Might as well. And after a long loading screen, it should put us back in Sanctuary, and hopefully it will. The last time I played this, it only unlocked this after I died, but I didn't try to return to Sanctuary beforehand. So I'm hoping this unlocks the unlocks. Yeah, here it is. Finally, we have arrived at this point. This is one of the sources of my power. The trapezoidhedrons, whatever. When death takes you, spend your shards to improve your fate. Trust me, you'll need it. Okay. So this is your upgrade, well, I was going to say upgrade tree. This is your upgrade mess. This is not a tree. This is someone's wet dream here, I'd imagine. So you can go in multiple paths. I don't know if I can unlock these yet. These perk slots I have to unlock some other way, I guess. But we can get an upgrade to our shield. You see it costs 35 of the stuff that we've collected, whatever it is. So I'll get maximum shield on us. Then we could do armor to reduce incoming damage. We could do health. And then there's even more armor here, but you can't get to these until you unlock all three of the other thing. So I'll do... Oh, I can't do damage yet either. Okay. Well, I guess I'll do that. That'll get me to damage. What was this? Luck increases the odds of finding shards and other drops. That seems like a good idea, but I don't have enough shards for it. And that's 65. That's 65. Okay, we don't have enough shards to continue. But there we go. That's your upgrade tree. And it's, like I said, it's a huge mess. Like, look at this thing. It's like, it's not even a tree. It's like a circuit path diagram, if even that, a crazy contraption diagram. But you can see that it's intended to be a thing that you just go through. You can see all your stats on the side there, your health elixirs and healing proficiency and all that stuff. And then there's a lot to unlock here if you can sit and put up with the boredom, I guess, of the game. I mean, that's the best I can. That's the best way I can put it. I don't really have any desire to continue playing it, which sucks because I was kind of really liking these games, and I like the art and I like the music. You know, all that's done well. It's just someone forgot to make a game in here. They forgot to put some game mechanics into it, which is very unfortunate because it looks like it has quite a bit of potential. Now, it could very well be that you have to play the game for 3 or 4 hours before it finally starts to really click and feel good. I don't think I could make it to 3 or 4 hours, honestly. There's not enough here to really keep my attention, unfortunately. Both in enemy variety and in just gameplay-wise. I mean, it's a lot of just walking around. And, you know, if it were just trying to be a walking simulator, that would be fine. But this is trying to be a Metroidvania, and it kind of forgot what actually a Metroidvania is, I think, somewhere along the way. But that's it, my friends. That is Sundered. It is by Thunder Lotus Games. It is currently $19.99 on GOG. As always, I will leave links down in the description so you can go do your own due diligence and see if maybe perhaps this is something that you want to try out despite its lacklusterness. That's always a thing. So that's it for me, my friends. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.